Now, the cellist Kadie Kanneh-Mason made headlines after his breathtaking performance at the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's wedding back in 2018. But his 6 siblings are also a musical force to be reckoned with, and now the family are pledging their support for equality in the music industry, as new data shows just 2% of teachers at classic UK conservatoires are from diverse backgrounds. Well, I'm joined by their mum, former lecturer and author Dr. Kadie Kanneh-Mason. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. I was shocked by this 2% figure. I don't know how surprised you are to see this, but what needs to happen to change this? How have we got to the situation where we have so few high-profile people from diverse backgrounds in those kind of positions?
Well, I think me and my family would think that it comes from the grassroots level. I think if you have the state of music education that we have now, where music is not accessible to everybody in schools, and it's not accessible across all state schools I'm talking about, then it's not going to go up to the highest level. So you're not going to get 18-year-olds from state schools ready to enter conservatoires, so you're not going to get the teachers.
And how important is role models in all of this? I know Sheku has spoken, hasn't he, about his experiences as a black musician, and he said it's very, very difficult to see yourself doing something if no one who looks like you is doing it. And I know that, obviously with all your children, you've had to encourage them when they've shown talent in a sphere that perhaps they can't look around and see people whose footsteps they can follow in.
Yes, and my family have been very lucky because there are 7 children. They've always had each other. They've never felt that they're alone. But there are so many who feel very isolated. So if you arrive at a major concert hall, you look around at the audience, you look at the orchestra on stage, it's very rare to find any other black people there. And I think that can be very discouraging. And there is a sense in which, for example, classical music is seen to be something that black children should not do, they're not welcome to do, and that it's not something for black people to do. And I think we really want to change that.
Absolutely. I know you're supporting this Black Lives in Music survey, aren't you? Encouraging musicians, music professionals to take part in this. What's the aim with this, and how you hope it'll help?
Well, I hope one of the problems we've got is that we don't have any data about black people in the music industry, and this is an attempt to actually get that data formally there. We have lots of anecdotal data. We do have data about teachers at conservatoires and the number of black and ethnically diverse people within orchestras, but we don't have data about how black musicians themselves are experiencing the music industry and how they're progressing, what the obstacles are. So we'd like to gather that data so that we can then start helping and supporting other black musicians.
Now, for any parents like yourselves who sort of spot this grain of talent in their youngsters, I know you've written a book, haven't you? House of Music, Raising the Kanneh-Masons. What advice would you give parents if they see budding talent? And also, I guess it's probably pretty noisy in your household, isn't it, with all 7 of them playing music at once?
Yes, absolutely. I think from a parent's perspective, you have to encourage your children, enjoy what they're doing. And also, I think so many children have talent which is not encouraged. And for us as parents, we had to be very tolerant to noise. We had to enjoy it. And we had to also show the children that what they were doing was something exciting, something that they could succeed in, and something that was joyful.
Well, they've certainly brought a lot of joy to the people that listen to their music. So, Dr. Kadie Kanneh-Mason, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.